Our goal in this video is to give you a comprehensive view of golf etiquette, which you might not be able to find elsewhere. Golf has high standards and a rich history of decorum. It's the only sport where players are expected to call penalties on themselves. So it provides an opportunity to show character, and at the same time it encourages socialization, politeness, and good manners. And of course, it promotes safety. All of us need to learn etiquette and apply it so we don't stick out like a sore thumb. On the first tee, wear appropriate attire. Arrive at least 30 minutes before your tee time to warm up. Check with the starter 15 minutes before your tee time. Turn off your cell phone or place it on silent and try not to use it. Check the scorecard and learn any local rules. Place an identifying mark on your ball and inform your playing partners of the type and number you're playing on it. The idea here is you don't want to be able to hit someone else's ball by accident, and don't ever pick up a ball that is not yours. Count your clubs, as you're only allowed 14. If there are single players waiting to tee off after you, offer to have them join your group, provided it doesn't take you above the limit of 4 people in one group. If your playing companions suggest a match, make sure everyone understands the format and you're comfortable with the stakes. Negotiating match terms is fine and fun, but of course don't overextend yourself, as most matches are lost on the first tee. On the course, lowest score on the previous hole tees off first on the next hole. The player furthest from the hole goes first, including on the green. Stand still and be quiet while others are hitting their shots. If you don't hold the flag stick, don't let it flutter. Follow cart path rules. Don't place golf bags on tee boxes or greens. Don't ask for advice or give advice while on the golf course. Don't practice on the golf course. Don't swing your club until you know others in your group are at a safe distance, and never swing at someone. Likewise, keep your distance when others are swinging. Don't hit the ball until you are certain that the group ahead of you is out of range. Don't distract your playing partners on the tee, in the fairway, or on the green. Don't stand behind them or in front of their intended line of shot. The idea is you want to be looking at the player's face or their back. You never want to be standing to their left or to their right when they're executing a shot. Don't walk while your playing partner is hitting, and don't make any noise. Always take care of the course by replacing divots or using the sand and seed. Fix ball marks by working around the edges and not tearing the roops. Tap it down with your foot or your putter when finished. Enter bunkers from the low side and rake them. Learn the meaning of golf terms. Ace is a hole-in-one. Albatross is 3 under on a given hole, a 2 on a par 5. Eagle is 2 under on a given hole, a 3 on a par 5. Birdie is 1 under on a given hole, a 4 on a par 5. Par is the scorecard target for that hole, 5 on a par 5. Bogey is 1 over on a given hole, 6 on a par 5. Double bogey is 2 over on a given hole, 7 on a par 5. Triple bogey is 3 over on a given hole, 8 on a par 5, which is known as a snowman. Short side is when a player misses the green on the side that leaves very little green between the player and the hole. Mulligan is a second chance after a poor shot. And in informal or friendly game, there's usually no penalty. It's not allowed, however, in formal competition. Lots of players typically will let you have a mulligan on the first tee, which is known as a breakfast ball. Chunk or fat is hitting behind the ball. Thin is hitting high up on the ball without touching the ground. Gimme is a short putt that voluntarily conceded by a playing partner. Flop shot is a high, soft shot that lands and stops quickly. Shank is what no one wants to talk about because they're afraid it may happen to them. And because I'm afraid too, I'm not going to demonstrate it. I'll just say that it occurs when a player hits the ball off the hosel of the club and it squirts sideways away from the player to the immediate right for a right-hander. Slice is when the side spin is put on a ball, causing it to curve to the right for a right-hander. A fade is a small slice. Hook is when the side spin is put on the ball, causing it to curve to the left for a right-hander. A draw is a small hook. Waggle is a club movement back and forth in small, controlled motion before a shot. Loose impediments are unattached natural objects, such as sticks, leaves, or grass, that aren't attached to the ball and can be removed. Ground under repair is an area marked as being under repair or surface water, where a player gets a free drop. Scramble is getting a chip or pitch shot up and on the green and then in the hole in one putt. Alternatively, it's a team format where everyone goes to where the best shot lands and hits the next shot from there. As I said, you need to learn golf lingo. You won't be comfortable until you speak it. Avoid slow play. The old adage goes, if you play quickly, good players will want to play with you. You do not want to get the reputation as a slow player. To avoid slow play, walk at a reasonable speed between shots. Don't sit in the cart while your playing partner is hitting. Whether you're walking or riding the course, begin planning your next shot as you approach the ball by getting the yardage, selecting the club, and studying the lie, wind, and terrain. When it's your turn, evaluate your shot, visualize your shot, go through your pre-shot routine, and then hit it. From the time you select your club until you actually hit your shot should take no more than 30 to 45 seconds. The rules of golf state that you have 45 seconds maximum to hit a shot. If you aren't ready to play when it's your turn, encourage one of your fellow players to hit. If you're new to the game, set a stroke limit of 8 per hole. Once you get to that number, pick up your ball and place it on the green and finish the hole from there. Write down your scores on the next tee, not on the green. Park your golf cart or golf bag on the side of the green toward the next hole, unless directed to do otherwise, so it's easy to walk off that green and get to the next hole. Limit the amount of time spent in the turn between 9 and 10, or let the group behind you play through if you're stopping to get some snacks or drinks. Limit practice swings to 2. You'll be surprised at how much time practice swings add to your round. If you're in a group of 3 walking and the group behind you is nearby, send the first person to putt out to the next tee box. If you're in a foursome, also send the second to putt out to the next tee box. The second to last person to putt out should replace the flag stick. This practice can save 30 minutes over an 18-hole round. It's extremely rude to not let a group play through that is waiting on you. The one exception is that if you're also waiting because the group in front of you. If this is the case, you should make it known to the group behind you that you are also waiting on the group in front of you. While on the green, don't step in your fellow player's putting line, which is the imaginary line that connects the ball to the hole, and it includes the break of the putt. If your ball is on a player's line, volunteer to mark it with a plastic marker or a small, thin, dark coin, such as an old penny. Shiny coins can reflect too much sunlight. Also, consider whether you need to move your marker 1 putter head distance to the side to get it out of your partner's way. And remember to move it back to avoid incurring a penalty from playing from a wrong location. If you don't have a caddy, be aware that you may need to tend the flag stick. Generally, the player closest to the hole will manage it. While doing so, make sure you don't stand on anyone's line. Hold the flag stick at an arm's length and don't allow the flag to flutter in the breeze. You may need to hold it. Make sure your shadow doesn't fall across the hole or putt line. Ask playing partners if they want you to leave the flag stick in the hole, remove it, or attend it, which means pulling it out just after they connect with the ball. If so, loosen the bottom of the flag stick so it doesn't stick when you try to remove it. Pull the flag stick straight up after the other player has putted. If you lay down the flag stick, place it off the green to prevent any damage. After everyone has putted out, immediately walk to the next tee. If you hit a tee shot into the woods and suspect it might be either lost or out of bounds, Play a second or provisional ball. Make sure you tell your playing partners that it is a provisional ball. When you have 3 minutes from the time you reach the spot of where you suspect the ball might have landed to find the ball. If it is not found within the allotted 3-minute period, you must declare it lost and play your provisional ball with the applicable penalty. Anytime you hit a shot you think that is even a remote chance of hitting any other players, yell "4" immediately. Make a point of apologizing to any players your ball lands nearby. Brief displays of frustration are one thing, but outbursts of temper are quite another. Yelling, screaming, throwing clubs, or otherwise making a fool of yourself are unacceptable and may get you removed from the course. They can be dangerous to yourself and to others. At the end of the round, shake hands with your fellow players, congratulate the winners, and thank everyone for their company. One of the great pleasures of golf is spending time with playing partners on the course. It's the greatest sport.